Hello everyone and welcome to another video. If you're taking a walk in a forest and you encounter someone else, you say hi to them while you pass them. We all understand that. Unless you're truly in the wilderness, you will encounter someone every now and then, and you end up saying hi maybe once every 10 minutes, which is all fine. But what if the traffic increases some more? Would you greet everyone if you passed someone every 30 seconds? Every 20 seconds? 10 seconds? Obviously there's a limit somewhere, as it's impossible to say hi to everyone on a busy shopping street where you encounter several people every second. But where exactly is that limit? At what point do you stop greeting everyone because it's just too much? There is no singular answer to this, but me and my mom have been thinking about this, so in this video I want to talk about a variety of greeting situations and when you stop greeting everyone. Okay, now instead of encountering a lot of people, you encounter just two people who are a couple and are walking either next to each other or directly behind each other. Here you only have to say hi once, as it greets the both of them simultaneously. But what if they're walking 2 meters apart? This is probably still just one hi, but what about 3 meters, 5 meters, 10 meters? At what point is once not enough and instead you say it twice, once for each of them? On that point, how early can you say hi? You usually don't wait until you're right next to them, because then you can't look at them anymore. Instead you say it a little bit earlier while you're maybe 1 or 2 meters apart still. But how early is too early? 3 meters? 5 meters? 10 meters? At some point you would have to shout to make them even hear you. But of course, if you know the person well, this is much more acceptable and you'll often greet them a bit earlier, especially if you're meeting up instead of just randomly passing. Speaking of knowing the person, I just talked about this topic with my brother as well, and he brought up an interesting point. It really depends on what you're doing whether you greet someone at all. If you encounter someone that you know, you obviously greet them, but if you don't know them, it largely depends on what you're doing. If you're both walking in a park or in a forest, you're both on a walk and likely to greet each other. But if you're walking to the grocery store or something in the neighborhood, then everyone you meet is doing something different and heading to a different place instead of purely just going for a walk, so you're less likely to greet people as there is less of a shared identity. But if you then both have a dog with you, there is that shared identity again, so you're more likely to say hi. Sometimes greeting can also get a little awkward, and the following situation happens to me fairly regularly. You encounter someone and then you both say hi at the exact same time. You do hear them, but you accidentally mumble your own words and aren't sure if they have heard you. Do you now say hi again? If they heard you the first time, this is weird, because now you've said hi twice, but if they did not hear you and you don't say it again, they might think you're rude for ignoring them. Here's another situation that I find myself in sometimes. You're not paying attention and someone says hi to you. It takes a few seconds for you to realize, and by this time you've just passed each other. Do you still say hi back? If the distance is too big, it's awkward and now you have to yell over your shoulder. Okay, back to clear and non-awkward greetings. We've talked about people walking behind each other, but what if it's just one person but the road is quite wide? On a 2 meter wide path you greet everyone as you pass very close by, but if you're walking on the sidewalks on opposite sides of a road or street, you usually don't say hi. Again, where's the limit? How far apart can you pass each other before it's too far apart to say hi? Another situation. What if you encounter the same person multiple times? Let's say you're both going for a run in a park and you're running the same quite small lap in opposite directions. The first time you obviously say hi, and probably the second time too, but what about the 5th time or the 10th time? When does it become awkward? And lastly, what if someone doesn't want to be greeted? If someone is walking with their head down, clearly deep in thought, they probably won't care much for a greeting, so should you? And if you don't, how deep in thought must they look before you decide to not say hi? How far down must their head be? And conversely, if you don't want to be greeted but someone does it anyway, do you still say hi back? Let me know your thoughts on this stuff in the comments below and tell me about your most awkward greeting interaction you've ever had. Thank you all for watching and I will see you in the next video.